Say something real quick and then we'll go into the song, okay? This is what Cesar Chavez said in 1965. We are not animals.
We are not animals.
We're not machines.
We're not machines.
We are human beings.
We are human beings.
And we shall be respected.
And we shall be respected.
Buenos dias, my name is Venus Molina. I am honored to be this year's chair for the San Diego Cesar E. Chavez Commemoration Committee. Cesar Chavez impacted my life in a very special way. It was through his work ethic, through his struggle, and through his dedication to service and to others.
And Cesar Chavez inspired me to want to learn more about my history and where I come from and be proud of the Chicano that I have inside me and not be ashamed of it.
Coming from a rural town, a farming town, as Mexicanos from Mexican parents, we were brought up very quiet. You know, don't speak unless you're spoken to. Don't get rude with anybody, and to the point where we were afraid to speak up and speak up for our rights.
But I will never forget his famous words of "Si se puede," because basically I have used that as kind of setting the theme for me and also setting the pace for me for what I have aspired to be as an architect.
For Cesar Chavez, he has inspired me in many ways, but more importantly, in giving back to my community.
But I always remember those words, "Si se puede," and man, you know what? Yes, you can do whatever you want.
You know, I met Cesar Chavez when I was a 19-year-old farm worker. And those days, you know, I was working for 90 cents an hour, no benefits. If we complained about the working conditions, we got fired on the spot. And I never thought that anything would ever change until I met Cesar Chavez.
When Cesar Chavez came and explained to us that we had rights and we need to start standing up for ourselves as farm workers, as children of farm workers, demanding better education, as they demanded better wages.
Cesar Chavez has helped inspire me to become the first person in my family to go to college after seeing my grandparents and my aunts and uncles work in the fields as migrant workers. So now I am a first-generation college graduate, and I work to help other students become the first generation in their family to go to college.
I was just honored to meet him and his humbleness and his sacrifice, and I think that's been the biggest impact he's had on my life, is that to have a life that's giving of others, working with education and working with schools and working with kids, working with the community.
Cesar Chavez has inspired me to really stay involved in community development type of work and to embrace working with a number of people in a number of communities.
My original motivation was through Cesar Chavez, and so because of him and through him, I've been able to do many things in my life to help the community as he did in my own small ways. So I've been very inspired by him then and still am today.
Cesar Chavez has inspired me to meet no limits.
And growing up, that was the one name that I heard that was always like, oh, he does work with the community, helps people, and that was part of the inspiration about why I continue working in the community. Him along with Dolores Huerta, you know, are just powerful icons of what it means to be doing community work.
That people will always remember him, and his history will keep on living even deeper within the roots of each crop that's being planted.
As I venture out into the world, I'm trying to get into law school so that I can pick up the struggle where he left off and help other people who are forgotten by their communities and by their societies and who are just overlooked by the law, and I want to reach my hands out to them and pull them up so that they can be at the same status that I am, and they can have equal rights, equal wages, equal living conditions, and we'll have less people living in poverty.
You know, he started talking about how we have rights, how we have power within ourselves. If we come organize and if we're willing to sacrifice, that anything is possible.
Cesar Chavez has inspired me to not only reach my own potential as a human being, but more importantly, to work in the community, to serve kids, and to give arts to the kids so they will have something to have in the future.
Cesar Chavez has inspired me to achieve greatness. He has inspired me to never give up and to keep going and to fight for equality. He's inspired me to go out there and try to make the world a better place like he did with supporting unions and farm workers. Go out there and make my mark on the world make sure my future generation of kids have a better life.
I would definitely say that Cesar has influenced not just me, but my entire family and the work that my sister does, the work that I do, and the work that my parents continue to do today in Chiapas, Mexico.
Cesar Chavez in my life was always an important figure because I'm the daughter of a farm worker, and he was definitely the first labor leader I heard about. When I applied to college, I wrote my college essay, in fact, on the plight of the farm workers, and now that I'm involved with organized labor, I realize that the farm workers of the 1960s and 70s are like the janitors and the hotel workers of today, really the heart and soul of the labor movement.
Chavez inspired me to not use violence.
Bueno, César Chávez es una persona que me ha inspirado en seguir mi ideología, ya que él siempre siguió la suya y luchó para conseguir lo que él pensaba que era justo para la sociedad.
He inspired me because he teaches you that an individual can make such a big difference for a group of people. It doesn't really matter who it is or what they've done, but they deserve the best, and that's what he teaches me.
So when I joined the union, I got involved and I went out and got sent all around the country to boycott grapes and in organizing. My life changed completely because I learned that there is nothing that we cannot do if we believe in ourselves.
And Cesar Chavez has inspired me. As a former immigrant myself, he's inspired me to fight for what I believe in and do whatever I can to better myself here in the country, in the community, and with the rest of my people.
I think that the greatest gift that Cesar Chavez has given humanity, not just Chicanos or people in the United States, is the proof that nonviolence is very powerful.
And what I've heard many people say is that ordinary people can do extraordinary things if they believe in themselves. I'm living proof of that because of Cesar Chavez. He was truly a life changer, and my life's never been the same since I met him.
I have learned that perseverance and being humble and being committed to community is very, very important.
He's shown that like Mahatma Gandhi, like Mother Teresa, like Dr. Martin Luther King, they've all shown that with faith and hope and perseverance, you can make great changes.
And Cesar Chavez inspired me to continue the mission of social justice for the people and the students of our community.
And understanding that we are indeed powerful if we work together in a positive, nonviolent way.
Cesar Chavez had a very big influence on my life because when I went to high school, that school was surrounded on all four sides by strawberry fields. And every single day during my most formative years, I saw his legacy being carried out day after day by the people who really make this country work.
Cesar Chavez has inspired me to look past differences and work towards a common goal with people from all different backgrounds. Like when he worked alongside the Filipinos, boycotting grapes and everything. He wasn't looking at the ethnicities. He was looking at the same fight that needed to be fought.
Seeing the legacy of Cesar Chavez every single day during my high school career made me want to go out and make sure that the next generations, the generations of Cesar Chavez's legacy, would go off and be as educated and knowledgeable as Cesar Chavez was about his work.
His nonviolent protests really got things done, and it can still get things done now. And he's inspired me to do everything I can for social justice.
The United Farm Workers Union began to inspire us. In the sense of giving us that strength to stand up and speak for ourselves and say what we feel and defend ourselves verbally and non-violently. And he inspired us by teaching us that, to be non-violent and to be vocal about how we feel.
It is through the art of inspiration that we are now engaged into making a difference, not only in our lives, but in the lives of others. Let him inspire you. Let Cesar be your art of inspiration.